Hey guys, it's Link from Modify This, Nerf Mods and Homemades, and today I'm going to be showing off a pretty cool blaster, if I do say so myself. Very, very lightly modified, and when I say very lightly modified, I mean very lightly modified. Almost nothing done to it at all, and that's partially because it's like kind of considered rare. Of course, the state of blasters and their rarities, and their, prices and whatnot nowadays compared to the early days of NIC, back when we first started this channel. Of course, it's changed, but regardless, enough talk. What I'll be showing you guys today is a Small Soldiers Supermaxx 500, which is very lightly modified, as I said, with just a 9/16 brass barrel stuck down here with some electrical tape. It isn't glued in even, so it is removable still. No air restriction removal, nothing done to the internals, literally at all. So it's just converted to shoot micro Steffens. And, this barrel might be a little lengthy, quite frankly, for the strength. I mean, it shoots, I would say when I went outside, it was shooting, 30 feet with the Steffens, with a good one. Maybe I would say with a good one, actually, or with a good, well-fitting dart, it was maybe getting even closer to like 40 or so, but I would say probably not much more than that. But yeah, this is just a really fun and cool blaster to have. I just, I found it on eBay for a price that I thought was cool, or, fair. A little bit of, as you can see, a little bit of scratching on the sticker on that side. But besides that, condition, nice. And yeah, it's like 3 pumps or so that overpressure release valve starts kicking in. And yeah, you got a nice little puff of air coming out of there. Yeah. 3 pumps basically is where that overpressure release valve. And yeah, we're not getting any cloud of smoke. So yeah, I know these blasters, especially from this era, if you're not good with, working with the vinyl tubing and stuff like that, which I'm not well versed with that, plugging the pumps, messing with the overpressure release valves and stuff is definitely something that you are going to have to realize that you're taking a bit of a risk of, messing up some kind of blowing a seal somewhere, in the system, whether it's in the tubing, whether it's in the tank, whether it's at the front where the tank seals, and you pull the pin back, whatever it is. So, I just kind of like having this blaster. It's just a cool one to have, so I'm not gonna worry about going in there and plugging the pump and everything. I'm just gonna keep it like this, and it's just gonna be a fun little thing that's lightly modded, but still mostly in its original form, and just kind of cool for me to have as a collector's item. I'll still be shooting it for you guys, even though I don't think it's going to be doing anything to a cardboard box, quite frankly. Got some darts here though, so we'll be shooting it, and I'll see if I have, I don't know if I have like, I think I have some beige slugs as well, so might be able to get some beige slugs. But yeah, like these are just some domes, beige foam, gray foam with copperhead BBs. I believe it's both single copperhead BBs, slug with number 6 washer, and this would be no weight in here, just elite dart with the top chopped off, and hot glue, small hot glue dome. And also, I guess I didn't mention that there is a 1/2-inch PVC sheath here just to protect the 9/16 brass, but you can see the brass kind of running in right through there. But yeah, so I think that's about it, and I think we are ready to go and shoot this guy. Alright guys, so we got the same box that we used in my last video with the Shy Guy Finder, Shy Guy Night Finder. And yeah, let's go for it. Actually, you know, I said I was going to look for a different slug, or a slug with a beige tip, and I didn't do that. Thankfully, I just quickly found one, and we are off to the races. May as well start with that one. So yeah, this is a beige foam slug going down in our barrel. And that in this 9/16 brass has the kind of fit where it still doesn't quite slide down on its own. I have to ramrod it. So let's give it the pumps. Alright. So as you can see, that still had a little bit of pop to it. Here is the modified Elite Dart. And that just slides right down that barrel without me ramrodding it. Here is a gray foam slug. And that one also does not require any kind of ramrod. Here is a beige foam dome. And that one I do, once again, gotta pull out the ramrod, which, by the way, I'm using a free blade from a hacksaw to do that. That's nice. That left a dent there. God damn. That, okay. Well, man, I might have to take this thing outside and fire it again, because, like, that was unexpected. That was unexpected. I'm not gonna lie. That left a dent. All right, let's see what this gray foam dome can do. See if we're getting any dent action with this one. I think that left a small dent too, and that bounced right back at me. Man. All right, let's pull that thing close and let's take a look. All right, well, it should certainly be noted I was not shooting from far away. Like, it was a downward angle, you know, same spot as my last video if you watched it. You know, so like about 6-7 feet away, shooting from a downward angle at the box. But, you know, regardless, I'm pretty surprised. That's from that gray, or not the gray, I apologize. That's from the beige dome. That's from the gray dome. So, you know, that thing, dude, or I should say this thing that I have right here, it packs a punch just with minimal mods. And I mean, I guess I'm not too surprised, just because, you know, the blasters of this era, the air guns of this era, you know, they have the tank sizes that they have. If you did, you know, I don't, maybe if I feel like it, but I probably won't. You're probably going to have to Google the internals photos of this blaster, but it does have a nicely sized tank. So, yeah, and that little, you know, that little pop that comes out of it, it's pretty good. So, yeah, I mean, this is something that's just fun to have. Like I said, I really don't intend to do anything more to it. It's just a cool blaster that, you know, it's a little bit on the unique and rare side with the small soldiers and all that. So, you know, that's kind of exciting for me. And, yeah, you know, it'll be a fun one to have in my collection. And fun, you know, hopefully sometime soon I'll be, you know, maybe get the opportunity to mess around with some friends, have a little bit of a war, something like that. And, you know, while this was something that I originally was thinking was going to be not super viable for like a pistols round or something along those lines, you know, I think it could actually work. So yeah, you know, that's pretty cool at the same time, just as long as whoever is using it is being careful, you know, perhaps it might be a link only rule. I'm gonna give you guys a shot down the barrel there. That's what we're looking at, and you can kind of see it. So yeah, the air is getting pushed out of there. So you certainly, you know, if you were modifying it more, you would probably ream that out a little bit, you know, get some extra airflow just with that.
But yeah, you know, like I said, and I've reiterated multiple times, I'm not going to do anything like that with this one. Just going to keep her like this. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like, rate, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.